Love Ultra Radio, the modern R&B mix show. I'm the DJ. I'm the host. Every year I am Ja Prince, and it is time for Atlanta Jazz Fest. They always send me the brother, sister, group, a couple duos. This year I got Brandon Woody. Welcome to the show, Brandon.
How you doing, brother? Thanks for having me.
Man, it's a pleasure because let me explain something to you. Atlanta Jazz Fest Memorial Weekend. It's not a normal weekend. It's one of the largest free family inclusive jazz fest in the country, and you're gonna be performing on day three. Now that's you starting off that last leg. Are you ready? And what have you heard about Atlanta Jazz Fest?
Man, so I've seen a lot of videos. I've talked to a lot of my friends that have played there in the previous years. It just seems to be in my eyes, one of the biggest jazz fests out here internationally. So man, I just can't wait to be immersed in the culture, in the people, just in the with the food, the drinks, man. We about to have a time. I know we starting. I think we're starting at 1 p.m., man. I can't wait. I'm gonna get up early that day. It's going to be amazing, man. Bringing down my full group. So Quincy Phillips on drums from Baltimore, Troy Long on piano, Mike Saunders on bass, and my brother Vittorio Strapoli on accents, and Amani Grace on vocals. So it's what is that? Six people. We're really excited, bringing up the full instrumentation, man. So excited to hit, and we'll actually be playing music from our album. By that time it'll already be out. It's coming out, I guess, this Friday, May 9th. So really excited to be playing this music from the new album, man, and even some more new music outside of the album. Yeah, man, really excited.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Day three, Memorial Weekend, Piedmont Park, very spacious. As you said, you've seen videos, and you get the testimony. As you said, I'm coming to Atlanta. And let's be clear, you're coming to Atlanta. You're not coming to Atlanta. You're coming to Atlanta, and you're not from Baltimore. You're from Baltimore.
From Baltimore, yes sir, yes
More
sir.
about that little bit of the upbringing. Like it is one word that we try to ask a lot of our guests. One word is representation. What does that word representation mean to you?
Man, it means everything to me. I wear my city on my sleeves. It's in my heart. I know that I'm coming off of a very, very strong and long and deep lineage
Mm-hmm.
of um of not only trumpet players but musicians in the city of Baltimore, man. It's so wide. Some of my cats that I just want to honor and shout out right now: Craig Austin, Thel John Allen, Tim Green, even my drummer Quincy Phillips, Gary Thomas. These are cats from my city that you know, just really paved the way for me and others like me, and others that are coming up that are younger than me. And I always wanted to be somebody that connected the generations. Like, I want to be somebody that bridges the gap, connecting my OG to somebody that's younger than me, and just keeping the flame going, keeping the torch going. Man, somebody that I actually am very inspired by is this trumpet player that's in ATL, Russell Gunn, man. I'm so inspired by him. I love a lot of his music, man, and I can't wait to meet him and see him play, man. I'm really excited to see his set, man. He's just such an amazing horn player, man. Such a creative player, such a innovator, man. Coming up as a young black modern trumpet player is really amazing to have folks like him, like Russell Gunn, to look up to, man. I think it's really important also. I think ATL and Baltimore are two very big, black Mecca
Mm-hmm.
metropolitan cities. So for me to be coming out there, for me and my group to be coming out there, we're really just excited to learn and connect with the musicians out there, and bridge the gap, even, and not even just bridge the gap. Not saying that there's any gap at all,
Agreed.
but I know it's just a lot of miles. There's a flight to get there and everything. But so to bridge the gap as much as we can between Atlanta and Baltimore, so not only just coming out there to represent our city, but to come out there and and honor y'all, and honor ourselves, and just come together, man. That's what it's about. I'm so excited just to meet all of these beautiful people, man. It's really it's going to be a highlight of my year, man. We've been really thinking about it a lot.
Beautiful, beautiful. He's on Love Ultra Radio. He's our guest. We don't have him for too long. But let's explain some things. There is a lineage of jazz, and we love the icons, and we love young talent, just like you just mentioned. Everybody has a different path getting into music, and then now staying into music. Your path did include some college, and then it didn't include college. Some things you had to learn on your own. Where do you really find yourself, you, Brandon Woody? Do you find yourself when you're alone and I got to do it myself, or no, I probably need to structure a college and some.
Man, well, you know what I want to say. I'm so thankful for the time that I spent in college. I was in California for a little bit, in Stockton, California, going to the Brubeck Institute for a year, and man, I met so many amazing people there. My roommate, this amazing saxophone player that I came up with, Isaiah Collier, Stephon Harris, vibraphone player, Ambrose Akinmusiri, trumpet player. Um, you know, it was an amazing experience out there. And I think since I had the opportunity to go there, it was the farthest, from home. It was like 3,000 miles, 3,500 miles from my house. I had to realize who I was and learn who I was
Mm-hmm.
without all of the things that I was surrounded with for the past 18 years. And I think that was a powerful situation and surroundings to be in, even though it was rough and it was hard sometimes. But I really, you know, learned who I was without, just being connected to home. And I learned that I wanted to be back home. So actually, Stefan had ended up going to New York to Manhattan School of Music, and then I went there. So I was at Manhattan School of Music for a year as well, and I got to study with Cecil Bridgewater,
Mm-hmm.
and continue studying with Stefan and a lot of other amazing people. And I must say, the people that I've met in college, uh, I've nurtured those relationships, and some of the people that I'm, out here
Yeah,
playing with professionally.
yeah.
So I really do appreciate the experience that I got in college. However, you know, I built a band. We got together when I dropped out of college, so that couldn't have happened if
Mm-hmm.
I didn't move back to Baltimore at the time that I did in
Right.
2018. And I think that was a very powerful thing. I didn't finish up. I ended up my sophomore year, and then I moved back to Baltimore, and what I thought at that moment as a decision that I thought was, you know, out of pocket, or
Yeah.
maybe that some people would thought be out of pocket. It was the best decision in my life at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
I was living right down the street from my piano player, Troy Long, and we just locked in. It was crazy. We ran into each other one day, and we're like, dude, you live
Here.
right down the street. And he was like, oh, you back in Baltimore? And, you know, just right after that, we begin really developing what the band is now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's been just an amazing time to get to know these cats and become more vulnerable with them. It allows us to be present with each other
That's right.
and react to each other, and
Mm-hmm.
just be honest on stage and off stage. So yeah, man, I'm really I'm just in love with the process, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm so just happy to be on this journey.
Yeah.
um it's nothing but a blessing. It's nothing but a blessing from God to be doing what I'm doing right now, and I don't take it for granted in any way, man. It's yeah, these are the times of my lifetime, man. Really, really excited.
There
Really
you go,
excited.
living it in real time, in real living color. The trumpeter and now the composer, because they go hand in hand. But just what you were just speaking on, the networking, the composer, the way the outside world looks at it, oh, he just sits under a tree and composes. It's like, no, it's really a lot of networking, and you have to piece together what you want. So talk again about that. Being a composer, not that easy sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are some things that, I might sit down at a piano and just figure out and then bring into the band. And there's some things that me and Troy will sit down and, I might write the melody and Troy might write the chords. It's all different types of collaboration, but I'll definitely say once the idea or song, no matter how much it's complete or not, it could just be a phrase or it could be a whole fleshed out multi,
Layered piece,
part
yeah.
like thing, whatever. Once it gets to the band, it's going to take a new form.
Mm.
And these cats, man, Troy Long, Mike Saunders, Amani Grace, Quincy Phil, it's just like the cats. They the song, they give a part of themselves into the song, so it's truly a collective effort in everything that we're doing.
Right.
It's not just me.
Yeah.
The story is told by all of us.
Yeah.
So it's a collective thing, no matter how. But man, I want to say, like, shout out to just collaboration
Mm.
and to locking in with folks that you trust,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
that you feel comfortable and vulnerable with,
Right.
you know because then again, it always takes a different path once we get up on stage.
Right.
It's like, okay, what was we feeling that day, and what is the feeling of the space that we're in, what is our surroundings, but I think it's a very, not to brag or anything, but I do think, just as musicians, I think it's a very courageous act
Mm.
to be in that moment,
Mm-hmm.
and to let all of these outside forces
Mm-hmm.
inspire you, your surroundings, but then also to be telling your story at the same time, telling this collective story. And man, it's yeah, I'm grateful for the faith, for the faith that I have, for the faith that my friends and my family have
Mm-hmm.
in me. I wouldn't be able to do it without that. you know it's a faith that we all have, to keep going, to
Love it.
persevere,
Love it.
man.
The composer. Let's talk to the trumpeter real quick. The trumpeter, okay?
Yes, sir.
Everybody in the band always said the drummer get all the attention. The keys. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me about how sexy it is sometimes, my brother, to play that trumpet. That trumpet is forming art at times.
Man, man, it's a gift. It's a gift, man. When you think about the history of the trumpet
Mm-hmm.
being used to call upon the people,
Yeah.
you know, being used to, you know, call upon folks and summon different things, like religious things, like opening up the doors of heaven. It's been
Mm-hmm.
used for war.
Call of war. Yeah.
Um, it's been used in the church. Um, so it's such a powerful thing, and I know that, and I'm trying to honor what it is, but also I've become so close to this horn,
Mm-hmm.
to what it is, and it's truly given me an opportunity to express the things that I can't say in words. It's truly given me an opportunity to tap into my ancestors on a deeper level.
Mm-hmm.
It's truly given me an opportunity to be a vessel
Yeah.
for God, to spread love, and to bring people together. It's just things that we can't say, that I can't put into words, that I feel, that we all feel, you know. Um, man, it saved my life, man. It's truly, man, and I always feel like I'm coming after, so many amazing trumpet players, and during. Man, even shout out to all of the trumpet players that are around my age and younger than me. Oh my God. Like, it's just, right now is an amazing time for the instrument, man. But it's so much to learn from.
Mm-hmm.
I feel so grounded and rooted in the folks that come before me. Um, and I am trying to push forward to the future, you know, but be in the present. Take in everything that's going on right now beside me and surrounding me. Um, yeah, man, it's a mighty instrument. It's a loud instrument. It's a fiery thing. I'm a Leo. I was born in August. I feel like in some ways the trumpet is connected to that too. Um, but man, I wanna use it to praise the Lord and to bring people together, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's a
That's
beautiful instrument. My favorite instrument. I go ahead and say. Actually, now that I'm thinking, some of my favorite musicians are trumpet players.
simple. There you go. There you go. His
Yeah,
name is Brandon Woody. Talk about the album For the Love of It All. Atlanta, Georgia, Atlanta Jazz Fest. One of the first places you're gonna hear some pieces from this album.
man. For the love of it all, it's about the journey, man. It's about the perseverance. It's about everything that it took for me to get up to this point, and everything that it's going to take to continue to keep going. It's about the beauty and the struggle. It's about my city. It's about the successes. My group. It's about us kind of our shared experiences that we have as a group, and just through so many years being together, you know we're able to tap into each other on a deep in a very deep way, man. And I just think that to get through everything that we've gotten through, it
Mhm.
hasn't all been positive. We've been through a lot of things. It has to be for the love of it, and I know that it's things in the moment that something happened I may not have liked or may have been uncomfortable. But now that I'm looking back on it, it's like, no, man, every single part of this journey is why we're at where we're at right now. And
Exactly.
it all is really important. So that's kind of what it's about, like the the the, the entirety of the journey is
Mhm.
important.
Very.
All of the trials and tribulations, all of the rawness, us just being who we are. And then also, I think that is a courageous thing for us to be doing what we're doing. Us just being ourselves in a vulnerable way, in the most raw way, and just being honest
Mhm.
and being together as black men coming out here. Like, I feel like that's a
Big
courageous
step.
thing.
Yeah.
That's a strong thing. Um, you know, uh each part of the album
Mhm.
kind of talks about a different part of the journey. So, it starts off with this song called Never Gonna Run Away. And Amani Grace, she's singing on that track. So she's going to be there at the festival. Can't wait to play that song. And that's just kind of like, it's become a mantra for me. Never
Mhm.
Going to Run Away is literally like me dealing with everything that I have to deal with as a man.
Yeah.
Me always knowing that, like, no matter how far I go,
Mhm.
I still want to come back to my city. I'm not going to run away. I could be going anywhere, but it's still no, it's still things that I want to do, and it's still ways that I want to impact my city. And that's the responsibility of me being a part of this lineage of musicians,
Right.
coming before me and after me. After that, I think is a song called I think it goes into Beyond the Reach of Our Eye.
Yeah.
And you know what that is, man? It's talking about, it's really dealing with our blind faith
Mm.
as a group, because we never know. We make
True.
this music, and you know, in the beginning we make this music, I feel like, to heal ourselves, but then we don't know how it's going to impact people that are farther than we'll ever go.
Limits. Right. Right.
It gets past, the vibrations get past farther than we physically can go,
Mhm.
and that's what that's about. It's just like, man, we don't know how this is. You don't know how this may be impacting,
Mhm.
whether it's musicians, whether it's just creatives,
Right.
anybody throughout
Mhm.
the world.
Mhm.
So that's just like, man, having faith, having blind faith that, man, what I'm doing, what we're doing is always, it's a very serious thing,
Mhm.
man. It's a very serious thing that we must uphold and that we must honor.
Hmm.
Um, each part of the album, it also goes into the song called Wisdom Terrace on St. Paul Street. And that kind of talks about the first apartment that I got right after I dropped out of college and moved back to Baltimore. I had
Yeah.
this terrace on St. Paul Street, and it was amazing. It was a beautiful experience. And it's talking about how only after, not during, I did not see, but after I saw that this was the perfect situation for me to be in. I was
Right.
supposed to
Right.
come back home and build the
Mm.
band and lock in with these cats and have a monthly gig. I remember we were playing at this spot called Andy Music every month. Amazing local club in Baltimore. Is owned by this dude Henry. He really gave me the opportunity to just try things out without a,
That's right.
it didn't matter. It
Right.
wasn't, it was in, he gave me the opportunity to build my audience,
Yeah.
to build on these songs. Some of
Mm.
the songs that we still play to this day, we started the journey with those songs back then, and it's crazy to see how those have built to what they are now, you
That's
know. But yeah, man, the whole album is, and I didn't shed light on every single song, but the
right.
whole
Right. Right.
album is a testament, man. It's a testament to the journey and how
Whew.
how I'm just in love with the journey, man. I'm not trying to
That,
rush nothing, man. I'm trying to
no.
enjoy it. Time goes too fast.
There you
Um,
go. There you go.
so man, I'm just trying to enjoy it, man. Trying to
Mm.
enjoy the journey, man. Every every
That's it.
every part is a lesson.
100%. That's it for the debut album. For the love of it all, Brandon. Two more questions the same way. When somebody asks about a song, just like that, Never Gonna Run Away, something very specific about jazz songs. The longer you listen to it, no matter the length, something's at the end of that song. I want listeners to know somewhere around 6 minutes, there's a vibe in that song. I just want them to know Atlanta Jazz Fest, when he gets to that end and there's like a freestyle vibe, is that part of jazz. You guys gotta just open it up and let your musicians just rock.
Man, yeah, I feel like it's everything. I can't even just box it into just jazz. It's
Mm-hmm.
gospel, it's soul, it's funk in there. It's the city, it's the whole city of Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
it's fried chicken, it's crab cakes, it's all of that. It's like um, it's all wrapped into one. It's like a big soup with all of these different just spices and things stirred in, you know. But
And when
man,
people say, "Come on now, it's just entertainment," sometimes you guys gotta, let's not make a political statement. We heard about the struggle in jazz. We get it. Why don't you just make some fun jazz songs? You do have critics, not just you specifically, just the genre. You just want some happy jazz music. What say you, Brandon? With
man, it's the number one. I'll say that the first thing that happens when a musician makes music is it's just them telling a story. It's
it?
just them being honest about their selves. So
Hmm.
it's a personal thing, number
Right,
one. But
right.
then after that story comes out, after you take this piece of yourself off of you and you develop it into something,
Hmm.
now this is for the world. This is for the public. This is for
Yeah.
public consumption, and it's also to be, you know, it can be changed. It can be impacted in different ways. Um, so I just feel like another thought that I'm having is, this music is of the times. It's for the times. So it's
Hmm.
it's about what's going on. It's about what's going on in the world. It's about what's going on in your surroundings. And but I also think that, like, it's a lot of things that we can do as musicians. We can make music about specific people. We can make it about specific things that have happened in history. But I think always something that's always in there, and something that's definitely in our music, making it about our surroundings and our experiences, and then even our family and our ancestors. Like, my grandfather is on the front of my album cover.
Mm.
Even though I never got to meet him,
Mm.
he passed away before I was born.
Hmm.
However, he impacted me more than I ever know,
That's
you
what's up.
know? So yeah, I just think it's not just about fun songs. I definitely think I think the reason that the audience resonates with something is because
Mm-hmm.
the artist is being honest
Mm.
about themselves. And then folks can see, oh, wow, I can resonate with this or take this in any
Mm-hmm.
way I want to,
Mm-hmm.
but because it was something honest. But man, I,
Right.
I think that there is dance, there is movement, there is praise,
Mm-hmm.
there is poetry. It's all in there. It's all in there, man. So and I try to just be honest, and it's all in there. It's all baked into me as who I am as a black musician, just a part of the lineage. I
Right.
can't but and not to say that it's just easy or anything. It takes a whole bunch of studying. Like I said, my
Right.
school experience was amazing, but shit, on the street, my experience was amazing. Playing on the street and in these clubs and traveling and
Mm-hmm.
on the road,
Mm-hmm.
all of that. And just playing in my hometown at these clubs and
Right.
restaurants and all of that was every single hour, every single second was important, you know. Um, but yeah, I think the best thing that I can do is just make music about what I'm seeing, making
Mm-hmm.
music about my dreams,
Yep.
making music that I hope heals me and that I hope can heal other people. And that it's just honest. But I can't have so many expectations about the music after I I'm taking out I'm bringing it out of myself. We're bringing it out of ourselves as a band. After that, we
Yeah.
gotta let it be,
Mm-hmm.
and I love it in that state. I love it in that state because then it's like, man, after I've listened to my album about 100 times now. After you listen to it for about 100 times, it's like, oh wow, it is different.
Mm-hmm.
And my experience in between listening through them 100 times affected my
Right.
listens and how it affected me and impacted me when I listened to it that day. Yeah,
Perfect. Perfect. Y'all at Atlanta Jazz Fest, Day 3, Piedmont Park. His name is Brandon Woody. There's going to be some people from the VIP and general admission. They're going to be shouting out numbers. So they're going to be like, yo, play number 50. Give the people some background about some of your Untitled. Why are they still Untitled with numbers?
Oh man. Well, the thing is, everything that got released had to get a title. So now I have everything that's on the album has titles actually. But man, music is just in a constant state of it's alive. It is alive, man. So sometimes I'm still living through the life experiences of what this music may or may not be about. But
Right.
I have to live through that,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not rushing it to title anything. I'm like, man, let it be what it is. But for that reason, I mean, not for that reason, but because of that, some people have been. It's been amazing. It's been miraculous how people, non-musicians or musicians, they'll pick up the melodies to my songs and they'll sing them, and they'll sing it, be like, yo, play this, and, because there's no song title. So it's like that's not too bad. But everything that's released has a title to it, mostly. But yeah, there are some videos, a lot of performances of songs that don't have title. We may play something that's untitled, but you know, it's
Perfect.
still,
Perfect.
it's just alive. It's alive, man. Even when it has a title to it, it's still alive.
Mm.
It's up to, it could be 10 different versions of this joint just because off of what we was feeling, and we might add something every single night that we play this to it. Who knows? But it's alive. Because we're alive. So until I die, and then even after I die, even after we all transition, it'll still be alive. You know how it'll be alive? It's cats. Man, I cried when I saw this video. I went to Baltimore School for the Arts, amazing arts high school in my city. It's cats in our high school. Me, Mike, and Troy, we all went to that high school. It's cats in our high
Mhm.
school playing the songs. So it's like, okay, man, they can take it on. They can interpret it and make it their own. It's like that's what
Right.
it's for. It's not. I was never trying to do anything else but that. That's amazing. Just spreading what it is. You know.
Love it. Right before we let anybody move forward, there's always one last question that we ask. Certain things you like, but there's certain things that you love. We need to know, Brandon Woody, what is that ultimate love? What do you love
Man. I love I love my family. I love my city. Man, I love food. I love my horn. I love God. Yeah. All ultra. Ultra on
There
all of
you go.
that.
Perfect. No, there's no wrong answer. We're gonna see you out there, Atlanta Jazz Fest, 1 p.m. on the Monday. Trust me, when you see the crowd, Atlanta Jazz Fest, City of Atlanta, Fulton County Arts, they will play. It's a lot of people gonna be out there, Brandon.
Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait.